All right, so looks like I'm live here. So I'll get started really quickly. We'll get started with the typical weekly outlook on the currency, commodity, crypto, and equity. So let me get started now. Just wait 5 more seconds on YouTube. Okay. All right, I will get started. So let's talk about dollar index. I'm going to start with currency pairs first, the ones I'm gonna on my weekly watch list, and I'll move over to other markets. So dollar index, if you guys know, I've been always looking for a bias on the dollar strength. We have yet get a dollar push yet. We're still in this kind of a bigger consolidation. Still expecting a potential move to the upside and followed by a correction to take all the dollar pair along. Price has been this kind of a weird consolidation. It could potentially drop down once more, hitting this bottom here before the next move up, or I could see the move coming up in this upcoming week to slowly break above this overall structure. Either way, I'm just looking for a strength on the dollar pair still very patiently waiting for how the dollar pairs would react. And let's take a look at a few dollar pairs that would be on my watch. Again, Aussie dollar and a couple other dollar pairs still on my watch, still looking for the potential sell opportunities. We do have all these smaller trades or smaller kind of setups, but nevertheless, they're not breaking out of this overall channel. I do want to see an overall break out of this channel, a confirmed breakout. So a correction here would be ideal. Break out of that, and then lower time frame continuation would be the ideal setup for me to take Aussie dollar. Let's go to Kiwi dollar. Kiwi dollars is already slowly breaking down. Kiwi is a little bit more weaker than most of the other pairs in this current time. So we are seeing this ascending channel. We see the price break down. Now it's forming potentially a correction here. Very likely that this could be a correction to take the trade already, and or we can see a little bit push up out here, making this a correctional structure, and we're seeing the next down move. So that's Kiwi dollar. Let's go to Euro dollar. Euro dollar, again, we're in this, it's very similar. It's pretty much inverse of the dollar index I just went over. So we're in this kind of a bigger consolidation correction. Still looking for that downside, was looking for a downside here as well. Uh, Again, similar like the dollar index, if we get this push up to the top, this trade would be nice, selling from the top right here. If we get just a simple breakdown, if we can break below this right here out of this correction and a lower time frame correction here, it will be a very good sell as well. So either way, if price is still in this current structure, if this bigger structure is still consolidating, I would be on the sideline for now until I see a little bit more confirmed price action to form, and I'll look to take the trade short. Let's look into pound dollar. So pound dollar again, eyeing this pair for a long time already, still looking for a sell. And again, most of these dollar pairs are just in this larger kind of a consolidation. It's not quite clear yet what we will do. So best to kind of be on the sideline again. You mentioned this on other dollar pairs as well. If we zoom out a little bit, price is just in the bigger consolidation. So what I would like to see is a confirmed breakdown, at least past this low here, and then lower time frame correction. Look for the trade down. Uh, or alternatively, if it could peggle up a little bit more, reaching to the top, reaching to this daily double top that I keep mentioning over and over again, the daily double top right here before the COVID drop, that would be probably the better entry in my opinion. The better ideal setup is to get price to push up one more time to the top. It could be a reason double top just here or that daily double top here. Either way, some sort of reversal structure to the top would be very ideal for the sell. That's very good to uh, wait for that opportunity to come. Okay, so that's pound dollar. Let's look at dollar CAD. Dollar CAD, we zoom out a little bit. We're in this kind of a descending channel. I was looking for a potential buy somewhere here, never had the opportunity. And now we're just looking at this as broke a recent double bottom. We're at the bottom of the structure now. Can we get this push up out of this structure here? and look for that lower time frame continuation. And that would be my confirmation for the trade up. But if I don't see that, then I'm happy to be on the sideline again, waiting for this to be consolidated a little bit more. The longer it consolidates, the better it is because it's going to get that push up, and that lower time frame correction will be the key for the trade to go up. Okay, so let's look at some other pairs that I am looking at. Let's look at Aussie dollar. So Aussie dollar, if you guys know me, I've been looking for the sell. Was in the sell, and this move pushing up tagged me out. Still able to secure some profit. Nevertheless, I'm seeing this. If we zoom out a little bit, I'm still very biased for a short. We might see a deeper pullback now, but this move is still very sharp. We have the correction. We have another down move. So this correction likely to form here will potentially push the price down lower. And my long-term kind of target will still be down to the lows of this structure here. So expect some sort of correction to form here in the upcoming days, and we'll see how the price will go. Let's look at Aussie Kiwi. So Aussie Kiwi again, we had this impulse down. We're looking for the correctional, and now we see a breakout for this correction. So that's good. So expect some sort of correction to form in the upcoming days. I do like overall the structure, how it's forming. Do like a potential correction to form here once more. We all know that Swiss pairs can be very corrective in general. You see all this is very corrective. So expect some sort of corrective to be formed here. And I could take the trade down to the lows here. So still lots of room here. Still able to squeezing a pretty good, decent risk reward trade down here as well. So this one, keep an eye on that as well. Let's go to Aussie Kiwi. So Aussie Kiwi, we see this push up already. Nevertheless, I'm still very interesting because still eyeing for a potential sell. Because if we zoom on a higher time frame, we're potentially breaking this double top and we're breaking above this kind of a higher time frame structure. But as always, just because it breaks above doesn't mean it's going to continue shoot up now. What I expect is if it's going to go like that, then for some sort of lower time frame confirmation correction, then this will be the one that changed my bias for the sell. Until that happens, though, I'm still looking for a potential sell if it happens. We see this price gets pushed out very, very, very typical for the market to catch people to go into this buy now, and then very soon we're going to see a very sharp drop on the lower time frame, right back into this kind of structure, and looking for the confirmation once it breaks out. Okay, that's how I would see Aussie Kiwi. But like I said, if it continue to go up and then forms a continuation correction, then sure, that would change my bias on the pair. But until then, structurally, still looking for a potential sell opportunity if we go down. And then if we break out this structure, then look for a continuation down to the lows. That's how I will approach Aussie Kiwi. So let's go. Good, very good. Thank you for asking. So let's go to a couple other pairs. Eurocat. Eurocat is one of my favorite for this upcoming week. So we do see the impulse down. We had this correction, and that's what I mentioned, looking for a continuation structure. We do have that continuation structure. We broke out of that, and guess what? The price is repeating again. So it's repeating some sort of correctional structure again. So be careful here. I do think this could be the correction finish, and we could see a price pushing down from the top. However, very likely to consolidate here a little bit longer. So be careful if you're looking for a sell here because it could very likely to peg you in and out if your stop loss is tight. So be a little bit careful, but the overall down move is still very likely to happen. I do like when we broke down this way very impulsively, looking for the correctional structure for the next move down to here at the minimum. And if we break down even more, then look for another consolidation correction, take the trade down even more. That is how I would do it. So moving on to a couple other ones, I do like Kiwi Swiss. I've been talking about Kiwi Swiss for the longest time because this is a trade that I'm still in from all the way on the top. We do see this is the impulse. We have this correctional structure. We're looking at this another impulse. We're pretty much at the lows here now. So be a little bit careful if you're in this trade because this is where I'd be looking to potentially take my profit from this trade right here. Because once we reach this low, if we see this move is very not impulsive, it's kind of corrective. So once we hit the lows here, if we see some reversal structure, this can very likely to go back up now. So be a little bit careful. Uh, but if you're looking, if we do see price really impulsively break below this, then I'm obviously going to hold this trade from all the way on top and then look for a correction here to sell. That's how I see on Kiwi Swiss. Let's look at Kiwi Cat. Kiwi Cat. We see the overall down move from all the way up here. I like the pulse. This is what I was looking for all the way from the top. I wasn't able to get to this trade. I was in this trade, but quickly got tagged out here. Secured some profit, but missed this trade down. Nevertheless, we're at this bottom now. But we did manage to break this low here, which is good. So if we get some sort of correction here, I will be looking for another sell here. The larger, the deeper of this correction here would be the ideal for the next low here. So look for or wait for a correctional structure here. I do like this a lot. I do like the overall downtrend. We go on the higher time frame. We had this double top. We have this reversal kind of structure. We broke down. So this move is very impulse. So look for a correctional structure and look for the next down move. This is very likely to peg the lows once more. If we zoom out even more, overall we're still in this larger higher time frame structure. We had the reversal from the top. Now it's just looking for a confirmation correction on the lower time frame. Right? So that's all the currency pair I'm looking at for the week. I will go over a couple other ones. Let's look at a few, let's look at some commodity. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, keep things simple and understandable. I think that's how I look to trade. So let's look at commodities. Let's look at gold. I think gold is going to be on most people's watch list. So I'm going to talk about gold. I myself is also looking at gold, looking for a potential sell opportunity. I do think there's a lot of opportunity on gold as well. If you guys recall from my video on gold, I mentioned once the price break up, don't jump in the trade right away, and that's exactly what happened. We had this massive impulse to the downside. Now it's just looking for a continuation. It's already really forming a continuation that I'm expecting to see. So wait for this price to consolidate a little bit more, okay, and then look for that breakout because this trade would be very nice. We're getting this kind of head and shoulder pattern as well. So I do like this overall kind of price action. So if we go down to the 1 hour, let's see what happened in the upcoming days or so, because I do like this overall structure that's forming. I do like the overall price, how we break the 2000 level, how we broke the all-time high, and we had this sharp move down. So these kind of move happen over and over again, catching kind of the traders on the wrong side, tagging all the retail traders out. I mentioned that in my video. And once all the positions are filled, massive drop. And follow the trend, follow the momentum. Look for this to fully develop, and I'm looking for the next sell. Okay, so that's gold. Sugar, I just want to go over update on sugar because some people have messaged me about sugar and they're asking me how to manage the trade now. If you recall, I'm looking for the sugar side, and then this was the correctional structure that I mentioned is the valid buy. So they're in the buy position now, and then where should they target? Well, I mentioned target should be all the way up before the COVID drop. This was the COVID drop. This was the impulse correction, impulse, larger larger correction. So we're expecting another impulse up. Chances are you're gonna form another correction here, and then look for the next buy move. So if we do get a development here for a larger structure, I do think this is the valid to push the price all the way to the top. So lots of room to the upside. So if you're in that trade, I would be looking to hold the trade for a more long-term kind of purpose. Okay, let's go to, so that's commodity, guys. Let's go to let's go to equity. Let's go look at a few equity. Do have people messaging me about equity as well, how I see them. So yeah, this will be probably my number one to look at upcoming New York session on Monday. Looking at Aurora for the breakout and for the really the big move to the upside. So let's look at this on a higher time frame perspective. Um, I mentioned this last week already that this is very clean to me in terms of price action. We have this bullish push to the upside, this really clean consolidation, and we finally see on Friday, finally see this breakout. Very good, very happy. And I mentioned, don't jump in the trade right away. Look for correction. Look for the price to really correct itself in the upcoming New York session. And if we see a breakout, that would be my trade to the up. I will be looking to hold the trade for a really long time. Really, the first target, main target would be really just the top of this correction here. This is so much room to the upside. Even if you miss the first possible correction, there's going to be many, many, many corrections upcoming as well. So you won't be able to, so don't jump in the trade unless you see confirmation from the market, because price likely to, even just because it break out of here, we can really see price really just tangle down back once more. And still in this overall correction, it's still in here. It's just that it's expanding now into a larger correction. But once it's ready, we see the upside move, and we see that correctional structure. I'm still looking for the buy. Okay, so that's Aurora. Let's go Boeing. Boeing, I'm already in Boeing. I mentioned this last week as well. This was the valid buy. This was the valid breakout. Uh, do see price pop to the outside and slowly come back a little bit. Nevertheless, I do expect some sort of consolidation to form here. Larger it is, bigger it is. Still looking for the up move. Okay, so that's Boeing. Still think this has a lot of potential. Again, looking for the recent pop as a possible target. And once we break that top, the next target again would be before the COVID drop. Okay, so that's Boeing. So let me go to other ones. Let's go to Nike because again, I have a lot of people asking me about Nike as well. So Nike, um, made a post earlier last week for a quick trade up here. This was the impulse that went out of this overall kind of a triangle structure. We do have the push up. Now what, right? Prices consolidated here. I think Friday I was expecting price to either break out of this channel, of this kind of a ascending channel on a lower time frame. It's kind of forming a flag right now, but me knowing structure, I prefer a push down to the lows here, forming a double bottom, completing a potential larger structure here, and then before the up move continues. Of course, price can easily break above here, and then again, if it breaks above, then look for that continuation. But I would prefer, if I'm going to add to my long position, I would prefer again price push down once more. Okay, this would be the more valid buy because you have a better risk reward, you have a better probability to take the trade long. And if we zoom out, we're at the all-time top, all-time high now. So we get the correctional structure here, confirm correction, then this trade is going up. Some people ask me about the earning report and how I see from a fundamental point of view. Honestly, I personally don't really monitor those. That's just how I trade. Of course, if people who do trade fundamental or do pay attention to those earning reports or news or whatnot, they can factor that in. But personally, for me, I'm just focusing on straight up price action structures. Uh, More often, based on my experience, when price is developing this correction here, and someone told me there's an earning report coming up in September or something like that, price is consolidating here, waiting for that earning report to happen. And once that news happen, we're looking for this up trade up because that's going to help the market to push the trade up. So expect maybe a deeper correction to form here because chances are the market is going to be a little bit indecisive, waiting for all the people to jump into the trade, whether they're buying or selling. And once the news popped out, then expect the volatility to come in, and the market will go to the direction that it's going. So let's look at Pepsi. Okay, I'm looking at Pepsi as well for a buy. So this was the post I made. Anyways, we're looking at the overall structure. We had this bullish move to the upside. We have this larger kind of a channel structure that's forming. I mentioned probably in July that look for a confirmation structure would be key. We have this kind of flag structure here. We do see the price break out. So go down to lower time frame. We have this breakout. And is this all the correction we're going to get for the upside? I'm going to monitor it a little bit closer up on the New York section. I do like this is already breaking out of this overall larger structure. I do like this little push on the lower time frame that pushed the price up. So if we get some sort of smaller correction here, more concrete, a little bit more in depth, then this trade going up is very valid. And looking for the all-time top as a target for Pepsi. Let's go to Tesla. So Tesla made a post last week as well, looking for a buy opportunity. Overall, we're just in this overall uptrend. Tesla has been doing very well since the COVID drop. We've seen price quickly already recover from that. We had this massive shoot to the upside, and really, if we zoom out a little bit, from the COVID drop, we really didn't have any really concrete or deeper structure. This obviously is a correction, but it's not deeper or larger. I'm waiting for a deeper, larger structure, and this is what we get right here. I do believe this is a very valid correction, and once I see this kind of a descending channel, we see price pop to the upside, and now I'm just looking for that confirmation. One last confirmation from the market. Are we going to get a correctional structure here? And this will be a super valid buy for my kind of a trading style. I'll be looking to at least to the top and hoping you hold the trade for the upcoming weeks or month. So this will be a more long-term valid kind of holding on Tesla. So don't miss this one. I mentioned in my posting, don't miss this buy if we get this correctional structure here. Okay, so that's Tesla. So let's go over crypto last. So let's look at crypto. I think there's a lot of crypto I'll watch. So I'll go over them one by one. So that's Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash again. If you guys been following me, I've been looking at Bitcoin Cash for the longest time. A few opportunities I was looking for, larger structure and development here. So we do see the breakout here, and okay, sorry, I had a little bit issue. Hope this is all live still. Yeah, seems like I'm still live. Sorry guys, had a little bit issue with my battery. Anyways, I'm talking about Bitcoin Cash. So this was a larger kind of continuation structure I was looking for. Expect lower time frame continuation, continue going up. So still have lots of room to the upside. Still really like overall Bitcoin, how most of the crypto, how the price action has been shaping up to. So going back to lower time frame, this is pretty impulsively. So if we break out, which is already it, and look for a continuation and look for the trade up. Do you think this is very valid for the buy? So let's look at Bitcoin next. Thank you. Yes, I'm back. Okay, you see this level easily break above. Kind of a all-time top would be key to see if the price will break above that. Okay, so if we go to the lower time frame, so lower time frame, where it's kind of shaping up to this kind of triangle structure as well. Okay, so prices still consolidating in this structure, which is good because the longer, the bigger, and the deeper the structure be, it's just giving us a higher probability that this trade will go up. So look for a confirmation breakout and look for that correction to take the trade up. All right. So that's Bitcoin. So let me go to Dash. So Dash was looking for a buy opportunity. It was already looking for a buy from the bottom here, and you have this overall kind of a descending or a wedge, so to speak, structure, and you see price breakout now. So again, look for a confirmation correction, and this could be an easily trade to the upside. And then if we zoom out on a higher time frame, there's still so much room. This was what I was mentioning last week, that there's so much trade in the middle. Okay, there's so much room to the upside that there's going to be many correctional opportunity in the middle. And so don't miss these buys if it happens. Okay, so that's Dash. Let's go to Ethereum. You can't see the chart. Can you see the chart now? Okay, so Ethereum, if you've been following me again, I already in the buy from all the way in the bottom. This was the larger structure that I've been waiting for, and it really completes itself. So we see that bullish push to the upside, and now that's what it's doing. It's just forming another continuation correction. It's just still pushing the price up. So how the market move, right? Everyone is, it doesn't market which market I'm looking for. If we zoom out a little bit, I've been buying from the bottom because this is just how structure works. We go out to the 4-hour chart. This was the structure that initially I mentioned, wait for the breakout. We have this breakout structure and then lower time frame continuation on the bottom. So we do see price push up, correction, another push up, another correction, and then another push up. So expect another correction here to take the trade up. Okay, so that's Ethereum. Good. You can see the charts now. Good. Thank you. Let's go to Link. So Link is probably one of my favorite crypto right now because of just how clean the price action has been going. If we look at how the Link has been behaving, this was the larger, bigger structure. We do have that lower time frame breakout, and you can see it in between. I don't need to explain too much, but in between, there's so many lower time frame correction that's pushing the price up. This was another analysis I was looking for this structure to finish, and we did get that. We see the price push up, and then we see another kind of a pennant structure. We're seeing the price push up again. So expect this to continue to go up. I don't see any reversal. I don't see any bearish kind of a price action. Overall, I'm just seeing a continuation for the price. So if we zoom out on the dailies, uh, again, because this was the larger correction that originally I entered out of that. This is so impulsively that at some point, okay, at some point, you're gonna expect some sort of correction to develop here, just like how the correction developed here. All right, so because this move already happened, it's moving pretty impulsively. All these are just smaller continuation correction in between. At some point, expect a larger structure to complete, and that will be the next buy move that I'm planning to enter as well. Okay, so that's Link. Let's go to LTC. So Litecoin, going out to the lower time frame. This was my initial kind of opportunity that I mentioned. Again, price action wise, I think I don't need to repeat this. Just the price action just repeat itself over and over again. So we have this bullish proof to the upside. We have this larger structure that's in making that already complete. We're seeing this overall kind of a bearish push to the upside. I mentioned once price break above this structure, look for some sort of continuation. Okay, look for some sort of continuation, correction, or structure develop, and look for the next buy opportunity. Because if we zoom out on a daily, there's so much room again, and the next daily top is right here. So again, there's so much room. So lower top in correction to look for a buy opportunity and to the top. Okay, so that's Litecoin. On to Let's look at Ripple. So Ripple, if you guys again following me, that I've been watching this move all the way from here already, right here from the bottom, not from the bottom, sorry, from the middle of this correction, and break out now. So naturally, if we get this continuation here, I will be looking for the buy to the upside. Go to the intraday chart, a little bit clearer this way. Um, my chart isn't clear. What do you mean by that? Can you see my chart now that I'm on Ripple? Okay, yeah, I will continue Ripple. Good. So lagging, yeah, I'm sorry. Internet is a little bit slow, so lagging, unfortunately. I think it's also because of streaming. I'm streaming both on YouTube and TradingView, so it's a little bit lagging. So I'll quickly wrap it up, but let's look at Ripple. So Ripple, we get this larger continuation correction. This is the correction I was looking for. Once we broke out of this overall channel structure, there was a lot of mini kind of buy opportunity in between. Nevertheless, we do see the price breakout. So naturally, this correction right here would be pretty good to trade up. Uh, Alternatively, this can obviously develop into a little bit deeper correction as well. But overall, if we look at the higher time frame, um, still looking for this long-term buy because if we zoom out a little bit, we're just breaking above this overall channel structure right now. Okay, there's a lot of room to the upside. We still can see this top as a potential target. So expect this move to happen, but be a little bit patient to wait for a correctional structure to form in this area here. Okay, so this will be a very good trade to take the trade up. So don't miss this one because I'm already in from the bottom here. I will be looking to add in if we get the correctional structure that I'm looking for to take the trade up. Okay, good, good. Thank you. Okay, so last one I'm gonna go over. Let's go over XTZ. Um, Again, we do have the breakout, right? This is the bullish level I mentioned. If we get the price breakout, look for a structure to complete here. Look for a lower time range structure. We get the price pushed up. Now just looking for a larger continuation here outside of that structure, and I'm gonna take this trade up again. So expect this correction to form a little bit deeper or more larger. If we zoom out on the higher time frame, we already broke this kind of the previous top, right? So this is already very consolidating, which is very good. The more, and I keep repeating this, but the larger this consolidation is, the deeper it is, the longer it is, it just gives you a better probability for the next trade up. The See how that's how the price move, right? We have this impulse up, we have this large continuation correction, and we're getting this up next up move already. Because we break the all-time top or this previous top, any correction here that is in depth on the lower time frame would be very ideal for the next trade up. All right. So that is my take on XTZ, and that pretty much summarizes everything I'm looking for. Okay, everything I'm looking for this week on currency, commodity, uh, equity, and crypto. Okay. If you guys want me to look at, I can certainly look at a few. Whoever is online right now, I can certainly look at a few things. Uh, if not, I will wrap this one up. Okay, so All right, so thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much for watching this week Outlook. Again, feel free to ask me questions or comments below, and happy to answer anyone's question or any analysis or any pairs that they're looking at. If they're not live, they can certainly post here, and I can go over there when I see them. All right. So thank you very much, guys, for watching this week's Outlook, and hope to chat with you guys soon next time. All right. Thank you very much. What do you think about ETH? You missed it, but I can go over again. Still looking very clean for price action. I mentioned this was the largest structure that I was looking for. Uh, Now, once we see price breakout now, it's just forming another consolidation. So I'll be looking to see how this correction will develop. Looking for uh, obviously continuation from ETH. I'm already in ETH two trades already, so I'm not looking to. I do think this is a pretty valid trade, just as this valid continuation here as well. So I do think this has a pretty good potential to push the price up. It's just we're reaching the daily top now. On the daily top potentially that I'm looking at. So it's like yeah, so this is the kind of apologize. Yeah, if we get a little bit of correction structure to push up drop like this, then we can see a reversal, right? But a lot of room on the intradays. So I do think this correction to push up is still valid, at least to the daily top, and then we can reevaluate to see what price will do when it hits that area. Okay, but nevertheless, still a buy kind of opportunity to the top. Okay. So that is it. That is ETH. Okay, guys. If anything else, let me know. Put it in the live chat. I will take a look and I can post screenshots on it afterwards. Okay. Question here. Watching all my videos, but I can't get a hold of structures. It takes honestly, it takes time. It takes effort to really do backtesting and do forecasting to get familiar with structures. I'm sure you can look at structures and patterns easily. Google them, or there's obviously so many uh, pictures that you can see online that what structures are, but they're more textbook, right? They're more just very straightforward kind of textbook style where it's like let me just give you an example. Because structurally nothing is going to be so black and white, so textbook, so to speak. Okay, let me just kind of zoom out so I can grasp this really easily for you. You're gonna have an impulsive move, have another impulse move, right? That is how most kind of structure that will teach you. And then if you go into um, whatever kind of structure that you're talking about, like a wedge pattern or a flat pattern or whatever it is, it's going to be very straightforward, right? They're gonna have it. They're gonna say this is the move, and then you're looking for a kind of a flag structure, right? You're looking for a flag, so they're gonna make this very perfect, and you're looking for the next up move. Typical flag looks like this, right? Everyone knows that. Everyone is familiar. Yeah, too much lagging. I apologize, but I will go over again at the end. Over, uh, but nevertheless, you see in the market, it's next. So you gotta have to do a lot of back testing. You know, kind of look at previous price action data, and then draw out the patterns or connect the dots, and then identify the structures in the market. So you know that that's a typical pattern that you see over and over in the market, and continue to look for those in the upcoming new market or the live market, and you're just trying to identify it. So okay, I will definitely create I'll definitely make another educational video on that. Okay. Like you said, it's a little bit laggy right now, so it's a little bit harder to explain on the stream. But I will look to make a video on that. Okay, so feel free to ask me questions on there. Okay. So that is it, guys. That is it. That is my weekly outlook. Again, any questions or comments, let me know. I'm happy to answer them if I see those. Okay. So thank you very much for tuning in, and hope to chat with everyone next time. Thank you very much.